Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRFBets race of the day for Sunday, October the 6th, race number 9 at Keeneland. It's the Grade 1 Juddmonte Spinster, a prestigious race for fillies and mares going 1 1/8 miles, some prepping for the Breeders' Cup Distaff, and perhaps one prepping for the Breeders' Cup Classic. Before we get to the analysis, remember, Keeneland Clocker reports available right now at drf.com/Keeneland. Mike Welsh and his expert team of morning workout analysts, they'll take you through the morning workouts. They grade each one. It is a perfect complement to your daily racing form, past performances. Here's the field for the Juddmonte Spinster. Speaking of past performances, you can get free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com. Download them and handicap along with us. You've got one of the best 3-year-old fillies in the country, Dunbar Road, against one of the best older mares in the country, Elate. It is a mouth-watering matchup.
Yeah, they're two really good horses. It's only a 5-horse field, Dan, and I wouldn't consider the other three, filler necessarily. Those are 3 pretty good mares as well. This is an interesting race for a short field.
They are 3 very good mares, and one of them, as we see from the Timeform U.S. pace projector, the 4, She's a Julie, might have a little bit of a pace edge. That's how she wants to run, to go to the front. The good news for Elate fans is that Elate is no plotter. She sat just off She's a Julie last time out in the personal ensign, a race where She's a Julie just never really seemed very comfortable, Mike, in chase mode throughout. Elate ran right by her like she was tied to the 5/16 pole. She's a Julie on her best day is a good filly. She's not as good as Elate, and I'm worried about her at 1 1/8 miles.
Yeah, I am too. She's a really nice horse, though. She will be on the lead in this race. It seems like she's already a Grade 1 winner this year, but she's in a pretty tough spot here.
Let's talk about the 3-year-old filly, Dunbar Road, and what she's done in such a short amount of time is a testament to her ability and, of course, to Chad Brown and the team. This horse did not make her debut till March the 3rd. She is now the winner of the Alabama, the winner of the Mother Goose. And in the Alabama, she and you and I had to wait through about an hour rain delay before the race. This track was very sloppy. It didn't bother Dunbar Road. They turned into the stretch. She tracked inside early. She eased out and idled behind horses on the far turn. And Jose Ortiz said, let's go. Swung to the far outside. We saw her swoop to the lead, and she settles this easily. She beat 3 next out winners, and we know distance is no issue.
Yeah, she can go all day long. This was a nice performance. Even her Mother Goose was a really good effort. It didn't come back fast, but she really only had to run about 3/16 of a mile that day. She's really good, and she is stepping up now to take on a really good older horse.
Is she pace dependent? We saw in the Mother Goose that she was close, but she had to be close. There was no pace whatsoever, and that probably contributed to the low final figure. Do you think Javier can at least keep her within range of Elate? Because if Elate gets the jump on Dunbar Road, even with this horse's ability, I find it hard to see Dunbar Road pulling a midnight Bizou.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When I look at Dunbar Road's races, I don't see her as being a one-run closing type of horse. She's always kept herself in range of the pace. I think she's going to get a good trip in this race.
Blue Prize won this race last year. She beat Champagne Problems and Pacific Wind. It's safe to say this is a tougher edition of the Spinster. This has always been her distance. She loves 1 1/8 miles, and last time out, she did some running in the Summer Colony Stakes. Vexatious is in that race, and I liked what Vexatious's jockey did. Joel Rosario tried to take the race to Blue Prize at about the 3-furlong pole. Blue Prize had to make a very long run into this race, and she eventually wears down Vexatious. Blue Prize has a lot of class.
Yeah, she's a really nice horse. This is obviously a tougher Spinster for her this year with the 2 favorites in here. But this is her distance. She can get any kind of a trip in a race. I really like that effort from her, especially when you consider what you said. Vexatious got a really aggressive ride and ran a really nice race there, and Blue Prize came and got her.
And Vexatious has always been a good horse, whether it's turf or dirt. I think a lot of folks forget, because she's been primarily racing on turf for the last year and a half, that she was actually 4th in the Kentucky Oaks and a very promising dirt prospect as a 3-year-old filly. She ran really well in the Summer Colony. She was run down by Blue Prize. There's no disgrace in that. No. I think she gets a good trip here. It's just a very tough spot.
Yeah, it is. I'm a Vexatious fan, and I do think that there's a chance that she could maybe turn the tables on Blue Prize, but the other 2 horses is a different story.
Elate has just had brutal luck in the personal ensign. We remember last year, bounced around by Abel Tasman, beaten a neck, very controversial non-disqualification. This year in the personal ensign, she sat right up behind Shiza Julie. She's taken over the lead, and we all thought at 1 1/8, a late's too much for Midnight Bizou. We're all wrong. Midnight Bizou on the outside eventually floats a late down closer to the rail. Do you think that hurt a late a little bit?
I mean, I guess it's always possible. You know, to me, I just look at this and say Midnight Bizou's gotten really good this year. And this is not a case of, you know, a late blowing this thing or not running her best race. She just got run down by a horse who's in the midst of a terrific 2019 campaign. A late ran a giant race there.
If a late wins this race, Bill Mott has mentioned she might not want to deal with Midnight Bizou in the distaff. She might want the more distance. We've seen her excel at 1 1/4. They might try the boys in the Classic. A late has run 3 triple-digit buyers in her career. The rest of the field combined 0 triple-digit buyers in their careers. Here's the pick for the race. You like a late. She should sit right up close off Shiza Julie. She probably is going to be asked for run at about the 3/8 pole. And she's going to get the jump on Dunbar Road. I'm going with the potential. I really like what I've seen from Dunbar Road. Does she have to improve? Yes, by leaps and bounds. She might be up to the task.
She might be. I'm not, way against this horse. I won't be surprised when she wins. She is the horse who has to improve, though, to beat a late, and I'm just going to take a late.
You're going with a late. I'm going with Dunbar Road. It's the Grade 1 Juddmonte Spinster. It's your Sunday DRF Bets race of the day. It has an approximate post of 5:45 Eastern. Good luck.